Hello, welcome to Our Perspective. I'm your host, Sister Charity, and joining me is my co-host,
John Sells at your service.
All right, so we're excited that you joined us for another episode of Our Perspective, where we just share our different perspectives. And remember, we want to hear your perspective. We want you to comment. We want you to subscribe and like. So when we post a new show, you'll be the first to know. Hey, I didn't mean to make that rhyme, but it was right on time. Y'all, oh my goodness, I'm killing it. I know. I know. I thought I ate. I get it. I did. I did eat. Okay. So I want to get right into the show. First of all, thank you all for your comments in the past that you've left. Appreciate it. But I want to get right into the show and talk about what in the world is going on in the atmosphere. I know I can't be the only one that is sensing something different going on with, of course, the wars and rumors of wars, with, of course, all of these different viruses that's coming out, polio all of a sudden, monkeypox all of a sudden, coronavirus all of a sudden, and all of the other stuff, not to mention the senseless murders and killing every time you turn around. Don't get me wrong. I know this stuff has been happening a long time ago, but it just seems like it's more intense. I mean, our young people, our children, they are dealing with so much more. Your children are dealing with so much more than we had to deal with when we were coming up. And so I want to just kind of talk a little bit about my perspective on what is going on. And of course, I want to hear yours, John Sells. But what do you think is going on in the world?
Well, I think, like you said, it's always been happening. Things have always been going on, but now it's magnified through social media, and it has magnified it to, like, it's right in your face. Like what used to, you hear rumors about, now you can see in real time. If you go on YouTube, you can see murders and robberies and things going awry, like in real time. So I think that has a lot to do with it.
You know what? I hadn't really thought about that, but you're absolutely right. And in the Bible, it talks about everybody will have heard the good news of the gospel, you know. So I can see it happening more so than I could see it back in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? In the 90s, you know, it was kind of getting out there. But now with social media, the word is going forth. There are so many things that are trending, so many conspiracy things, so many people saying the end of times. Look, it's a mess. And not to mention the senseless murders at the hands of people that we're supposed to trust, like police officers and so on and so forth. So there are a lot of broken people, a lot of people hurting, a lot of people angry. You know, it's just a lot. And I want to try to kind of give some substance or, you know, some comfort to those who need comforting, because I know it's hard to find right now in the world. If you're looking for comfort in the world, you better stop wasting your time. What do you think?
Yeah, you can't even find comfort food that's good anymore.
Oh, you're right.
It's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of garbage, taking in a lot of garbage. But I think if we focus on what we can do to make it better, it'll get better. Because that's what hope is. The hope that things will get better than this is what makes it worth getting up and trying again. You know, every time you get up, you got to try again. And yeah, it's a lot of tomfoolery going on. You know, you got to have eyes in your back, on your side. When you go to these shopping malls and get service stations, you just got to be alert.
You got to be alert. You know, that reminds me, I was listening to, I can't think of his name right now, Michael Todd or something like that. And he was talking about the imagination. God has given us an imagination is free, but many of us don't use it. And what I mean by that is if you're looking for hope, the first place it starts is in your mind, in your thought process. because you mentioned hope, but you have to imagine something better than where you are. And a lot of times we go and we look for it in people, places, and things, but God has, especially those of us who are believers, and if you're not, just hear me out. God has given us imagination, and if we recall, God created everything by what he said, and he saw it before it came to pass. And I hope I'm not, sounding like I'm preaching some type of Christian Science and all of that. No, I'm not doing that. But what I'm telling us, and I'm telling myself, what we focus on and what we imagine will persist. So if you focus on it's getting better, not it will, but it's better. It's better because I woke up this morning, like you said. It's better because I have health and strength. It's better because I do have a job. It's better, we focus so much on what we don't have. The fact that we have losses, the fact that we're divorced, the fact that, our loved one is not loving us the way we need to be loved. We focus on all the negatives, but if we can focus on things that are just, things that are true, things that are honest, things that are pure and of a good report, it will change the trajectory of our life, and it will take us down another path that has more hope. And I know that to be true because after I had those heart surgeries, I could have focused on, man, I ain't gonna be here tomorrow. This is just too much. But I changed my thought process. And I said, Lord, I believe I shall live and not die and proclaim your word to the masses. And when you're ready for me, I'll be ready to go. But until then, I'm not going to focus on it. I'm not going to focus on death and all the bad stuff that's going on.
Me, myself, every chance I get, I tell the people I love them. I just try to give them their flowers while they're here. And I know that we all connected, and I just wish people could get out of that whole color thing. Like blacks don't get along with whites, Spanish don't get along with blacks. If we couldn't see, if we was all Stevie Wonder, what would we have to not get? I don't get along with you because you smell funny, or you know what I'm saying? I don't like your voice. It would always be something to not like somebody for.
Wow.
We find the good in people. We all connected. If I make it, you make it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We all connected. You can't get rid of the bees because who gonna, pollinate the flowers? How we gonna have air? So everything is needed, and we need to start.
Absolutely. I just want you to speak up a little bit because I don't know if your voice is so low. Because are you trying to be suave and something like that? You're not talking to one of
I'm not
you're talking to me.
Yeah, I'm not macking, but
right.
It's that.
So I don't know why you're coming across low, but
it's Sunday afternoon. That's what it is. I'm easy like Sunday morning.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I try to stay off them 10s. You know what I mean? Like you have a 10, everybody running around here on 10, and it's just bad. You're not gonna make it. You gotta just try to find you a 5 or something and try to hope for that 3 where you lay and your heart rate is down and you just. The other day I was just driving and the sun was just right. You know what I mean? And I just never looked at it. Like now I'm starting to look at things different. The brightness of light, the trees, whatever I could see. If I could see the mountains, as far as I could see the mountains, it's beautiful. Be here another day to see your face, talk to my mom, my kids. And if everybody just had that same attitude, we're gonna be just fine.
Man, that was powerful. That was words of wisdom from my older brother. Thank you.
We're not at each other's throat like that, man. We all connected. We're not at each other's throat like that. The media, what you taking in, the food you taking in, we just sick individual. We sick right now. I pray for healings for everybody in Jesus' name. I don't church just because it's Sunday, but I feel good. James, rest in peace.
All right. I like that. And you said we all are connected. And let me just say this to add to that. We all have something somebody else needs, and somebody has something that we need. And if we can come together, you'd be amazed of the things that we can accomplish as a people, you know, but as long as we're divided, as long as we listen to those thoughts because of somebody's personality, or, you know, somebody's color, like you said, or somebody's disposition, or a frown on somebody's face, we really don't know what people are going through. And so if you're going through something and you really want hope, now I know this is not a sermon type show, but I just want to encourage you to seek God, seek him like never before, because we're living in days where Christians are giving up and throwing in the towel. People are walking away from church, feeling like church is not real. And the enemy is telling us that it ain't going to get no better. And guess what? It's not going to get any better if you try it on your own. So if you connect with God first and foremost, then we'll be able to connect with each other. But when you connect with God, he has a way of taking us out of one place. You know, when we have an encounter with him, he takes us out of our current situations and he places us over here where there's freedom, where there's love, where there's joy. And the only reason we are struggling is because so many of us have not sought the Lord, like seek him like you seek a relationship, seek him like you seek a career, seek him like you seek the things that are dear to your heart. And when we do that, we will love one another, because we'll realize life is too short to be hating on somebody, to be living in unforgiveness. Life is just too short. And I like what you said about you want to give people their roses, their flowers while they're here. And let people know you love them while they're here. I appreciate you, and I love you as well. So,
right. Oh, you did. Okay.
I know that was a lot.
Yeah. You know, like I said, when you went through that with your heart, it just let me know how short time is, because it seemed like just yesterday we were talking about all the candy we was gonna buy when we got us a job. You know what I'm saying? And now we got a job, we don't like candy because candy's, you know. But
right.
when we were younger, we thought younger things. Now we on to something else. We got grandbabies. We thinking about and just trying to protect that energy. You know,
that's real. That's real talk.
Protect your space. Protect your family space. Put good thoughts into your family. You know what I'm saying? Even if you think it'll work, just try it anyway. Just do it anyway, because nothing beat a failure but a try. You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
Got a homie used to say, you know, closed book don't get read, closed mouth don't get fed. You know what I'm saying? And we all come together, like you say. You know, I got 5 on it. You know what I mean? If you still got 5 on it, let's come together, put our 5s together so we can get 10, 20, 30, 40, and stop being afraid of somebody having more than you. Long as my stuff, I'm good, because I'm not going to try to take your stuff. I only want what I work for. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm not taking nobody's stuff. It's not me. And I don't know any Mexicans taking my job or taking what I got. It's all in your imagination. And if your imagination sucks, then your life probably does too. Yeah. We just got to get it together. You know what I'm saying? Got to get it together.
You know, there's a song, it was one of my favorite songs, and it says, what God has for me is for me. So if it's for you, like you said, you can't be concerned about somebody taking what's yours. You feel like, you know, the promotion was yours and all of this other stuff. One thing I learned in my career is that you can't wait to be a CEO or a COO or a CFO. You can't wait to be that when you get the promotion. You have to be it now. You know, you can't say you have faith and then you sit back and you don't do anything. All of it is about your actions, about our actions. I love the fact that you have given us some words of wisdom, and that, you know, if you put 5 and we all come together and we give our different talents, skills, abilities, then like I said, is the sky is the limit. And if we could get that through our children, our grandparents, our uncles and aunts, I think that should be what a reunion, a family reunion is about, is coming together and sharing what we've learned, or sharing some of our talents and our skills. That would be so powerful.
It would be, but it's all about taking one foot and putting it in front of the other foot. If you just make the first move, it doesn't matter if somebody else make a move. They can't help it. Love loves back. You can't help it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people out here deciding, I'm going to take your chain, I'm going to kill you dead over jewelry and all that type of stuff. Nobody is hugging them. It's something seriously wrong. It's enough love to go around for everybody. You can't be over material things. People are worth material things. Like, you're supposed to protect yourself. You can protect your stuff. Yeah, nobody should be taking nothing. If you worked hard for it, yeah, you got the right to protect your stuff. But you also, you got to tell these people out here, hey, you don't got to do it that way. Are you okay? Hey, man, are you okay? You all right? I got a couple of here. You okay?
You know what? That's profound, because a lot of times people feel like they're invisible, especially the ones you just referenced, the ones that steal, the ones that, follow you from the ATM to take what you got and all of that. A lot of times those individuals have been invisible. In other words, people are not loving on them. People are not asking, are you okay? People are not trying to encourage them. They just feel so hopeless. And a lot of the young people, and that's what I work with youth pretty much all my life. But a lot of them say, well, you know what? I'm not going to live to see 25. And, my brother's in prison, my dad's in prison, my uncle's in prison. So, it ain't no big deal. First of all, we need to do a show on prison life, because it is a big deal. But aside from that, if we don't start seeing each other, saying hello to each other, you walk down the street and I see you coming, first thing I'm gonna be like is, hey, how you doing? I may not be all jovial like I know you, but I'm gonna recognize you, because now I saw you, and now you're less likely to rob me. I know that sounds crazy, but it's true. I don't know. What's your perspective on that?
I think you can't go around looking like a victim. You go be a victim. So it's a certain statute that you have to carry yourself with. And anybody that's lived in LA, New York, Chicago, them big cities, they know, pray no food when they see it. I mean, people that's praying on people, no food when they see it. They don't want it difficult. They want it easy, but they need to get a job, because there's plenty of jobs out here, and get your own stuff and stop this foolishness. Because like I said, we all connected, and you take out somebody's family member, somebody will take your family member out. The world is round. It ain't square like some people would have you think. It's round.
Okay, it's not flat.
Yeah, it ain't flat. It's round.
So that's a whole nother discussion. We won't even go there, but that's something worth kind of pausing and really looking at, because you're right. What goes around comes around, and it may not come around in our generation, but every seed that is sown will grow. It will manifest into something. And a lot of times we sow seeds of discord, we sow seeds of anger, and we sow seeds of that we don't want to grow forth, because then our children and our children's children won't have any fruits to live off of, because we didn't sow the right kind of seeds. And real quick, I want to give you an example. When I was pregnant with my last daughter, I was mad the whole pregnancy. I was upset, and it wasn't because it was just wasn't expecting to be pregnant with what was going on and stuff like that. And I still don't know how that happened, but I'm glad it did. So I was mad, and my child came out at that time. It seemed like she was angry. So the what I sowed while I was carrying her affected how she was. And a lot of times we don't think about that when we're using drugs, alcohol, when we're fabbling, and all kinds of stuff. We're sowing seeds that can impact the lives of our children, unborn, okay, and those that are born.
Exactly right. Exactly right. I know we're running out of time, but I would just ask that these young ladies of any denomination, any color, any size, whatever, choose your partners carefully. A lot of ladies have been getting shot being with dudes that they like instead of dudes that they know got a job and work a 9 to 5 and are responsible, as opposed to the dude that's cool online and he talk a lot of trash and he got people looking for him, want to do bad to him.
Yeah.
And these women are getting caught up with these men and they're getting whatever. Because when they come for him, they're coming for you too. I just, until we can get it to where ain't nobody coming for nobody, just pick your dudes carefully, because we're losing a lot of females, which is generational people that we could have in this world, you know. And
you're
if
right.
Good and the dude be good, but he be doing some bad stuff. It's good in everybody, but I just noticed it's a lot of that lately.
It is. And maybe we can talk about that. Maybe let's talk about that next week. Let's talk about the warning signs of, you know, abuse and what to look for when you're really considering getting involved with somebody. You know, there are warning signs all day. And so we got to be aware. But I think we should talk about that next week. What do you think about?
I'm for it. That's what we do over here. We give our perspective.
Absolutely. So we are out of time. I do want to encourage you to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share this video and all of our other videos with people that you believe need to hear it, need to be blessed by it, or whatever the case is. We appreciate you listening, and we will see you next week. God bless.
One more thing before I leave. Tell your neighbor, ask your neighbor if they're all right. You know, if they always borrowing stuff, man, just take them some sugar this time without them asking for it. You know what I'm saying? Just surprise. I know you're going to need this. Here you go. You all right? You know what I mean? Love you guys. Stay safe.
All right. Thank you for those words of wisdom and your perspective. Bye-bye.